This is TransWorld Live.
Greetings and welcome to a fantastic Thursday edition, daytime edition of TransWorld Live, the road to TransWorld. Today is our special all Christmas episode. So my name is Eric James Jury and I'm the brand strategist for TransWorld trade shows. And somewhere around here should be Rich, vice president of TransWorld. Rich, are you here?
I am.
He's somewhere lurking in the shadows. There you are.
I'm here. Hi, Eric.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So excited for another show. Looks like we have some pretty cool guests.
Yeah.
The fun part about it is this is an all Christmas edition. So as you know, in our show, the Christmas side has been growing pretty rapidly, and we're very excited about it. And we have three really good guests today. So not in any particular order, we have Shane Dabbs from Santaland. He's going to do an interview of different things that he offers. He actually has a booth at our show floor where he sells various products. He also owns and operates a charity venue for Christmas that's called Santaland. And Shane also, in addition, helps us with a party that we do at the show. He does various things to try to help support the show, but he's heading up some donations and things for our show, one of our show parties that we'll get into later on in the show. Another guest we're going to have is Stacey Jordan from Envirolume, and we'll talk more about how long she's been in the industry. And then Tarah Fred from Winterland Incorporated.
Awesome.
So, pretty exciting.
Yeah. All Christmas.
Yes.
Going back a couple months.
I hear you. So I'm not sure if Stacey's, we've been having a little bit of technical difficulty on her end. If she's available, we can bring her on. If not, we'll go to Tarah.
There she is.
Am I here?
You're
Yeah,
here. Hopefully
Yeah.
we don't lose you.
I know. I hope not.
Welcome.
We're hoping it works out well now. So we got you on here. While we do have you on here, I know a little bit about your company. You work for a company called Envirolume. Can you just tell us a little bit about the company, what you guys do, and how you're preparing for TransWorld?
Yes. So TransWorld, we're so excited to be there. Envirolume is a wholesale distributor of Christmas decor and lighting. So we manufacture and import lights. We also provide design services for people looking to design their holiday programs. And we also supply resellers and installers across the country for what they need for their residential or commercial lighting. So it's pretty exciting. This is actually going to be my 19th year in Christmas this year. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited. I feel I've been over a decade, so it's like I'm married to Christmas right now. So I'm pretty excited to be coming to TransWorld. We have our booth that we're preparing our booth right now. I'm trying to figure out what to bring and what's gonna show off the best for also not just for Christmas, but also for the Halloween folks, because we also have all the different lighting that you would need for any other time of year as well.
Nice. So you guys cover other holidays besides just Christmas?
We do. We have other elements we can bring in. We have a whole catalog of designer aluminum frame pieces for Easter, for Halloween, for Chinese New Year, for all of the different events. 4th of July. A lot of things that we have that we're preparing to show are interchangeable. So you could just change it up for each season. So it's pretty interesting.
Cool. I saw some pictures I think you had posted before of maybe with some dragons and stuff that you did in shopping malls and things like that. So where does Envirolume, like for some of our guests, where does Envirolume, what type of clients do you guys generally get? Do you work everywhere from homes, or is it mostly all just commercial that you handle? What do you do?
Well, I can't disclose all that information for you, or I'd have to, take other actions. No, we work with malls, shopping centers, theme parks, cities all over the U.S. A lot of our preferred vendors and other companies we partner with work with SeaWorld as well as Disney parks, places like that. So we help provide products for those types of companies. Everything that we have, because we do have an installation side of our company, we bring in, we present it, we design it, we put it together so it's made for outdoor use and for long lasting use, because people think, oh, I can go to Home Depot or go here and there and get this piece from Michael's. That's not going to last outside for longer than a couple of weeks, if even that. Sometimes like the red bows turn everything bloody, which the Halloween people might like. But for me, we don't want that happening on our reindeer, on our wreaths out there in shopping malls. So everything has to be UV rated outdoor. And everything like that. So it's been a long time coming to get the right items to use for theme parks and places like that, because not everything can be used outdoor. Not everything can be rigged the right way. It's a lot of.
Yeah. So the commercial quality is just a whole different level. Like when people are looking at, if they're going to a Home Depot trying to buy things, it's generally for home use, maybe a season, maybe 2 at most. But the stuff you guys make and some of our other vendors, it's mainly higher quality.
Exactly. And that's the commercial Christmas is a whole different ballgame than the regular residential lighting. Although we do like to provide the same quality of product for our residential installers that we do for the commercial installers. It really helps them in their business, especially when they're leasing the product every year to their homeowners, right? If people are installing for a homeowner every year and it's a lease, if the product's going to last 5 or 10 years rather than 2, they're making a lot more money. So
what you're saying is some of your clients are actual Christmas light installers. They purchase from you and they actually put something, maybe a home's not buying that specific product, but maybe the installer is, and he's somewhat renting it out. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Rentals or leases is usually how they do it. So they have a lot of the the residential clients that we work with, they learn how to store and how to maintain their products for multi-year use. That way, everything looks great every year, and they end up making a lot more money that way, being able to rent or lease out the product because it's their asset, they own it, and the residents don't have to deal with it either. The residents are happy because they're like, okay, they're going to come, they're going to put it up, they're going to take it away, and they don't have to deal with it. No storage on their part. It's just so much easier for the client at the end of the day that the company, the Christmas company, is doing that for them.
I've been seeing a lot of companies around where I am in Green Bay advertising that over the last couple of years. So that clearly is a big thing coming, the rental of the lights. Yeah,
definitely. And we're going to be talking and doing training right at TransWorld this year for that too. So I'm going to be doing
you're doing several classes for us. So you can talk a little bit about that, about what exactly you are teaching, even if you speak on one of them.
So I have 6 steps to adding trees and greenery, right? So if you're a residential installer already, or you install for some small commercial places, we're going to talk about how to add greenery and trees to that, because that's a big upsell. People ask for it, but a lot of times people don't have it stored, as far as the installers don't have it stored. So it's how do you do that? How do I move into the greenery and trees? And then we're going to talk about 3 things you better know before you put up a drive-through or walk-through display. So I'm going to be partnering with my friend Joey Murphy from Murphy's Christmas Lights out here in Texas too. And he's going to be talking about that. Drive-through displays are a big deal ever since COVID hit. Like, everyone has a drive-through park or a walk-through park outdoor. The things you must know before you do that, because it's easy to lose a lot of money doing that type of job unless you have it set up right. We're also going to be talking about how to start marketing and selling to commercial clients. So that's another class that I'm putting together. 5 tips on how to do that, because once you're in the residential industry and you're going really well, say you're in a couple of years, you're making great money, but you have that down, like you have your 200 houses you're doing or whatever it is that you want to do to max out your people. How do you get to that next level, right? What's the next thing that you're going to do? So I have tips on how do you actually market, how do you actually contact these commercial companies, and what does it take, right? It's different types of insurance, it's different types of bidding, it's different product, it's a lot bigger projects. How do you manage that if you're just coming from a residential installer? So I talk about how do you even get in the door, and it's super simple, but you have to know how to do it. And I'm going to be talking with Luke Jensen is going to be there with me as well. He's also in the industry. And then we're going to talk about something else. So we're going to have a town hall meeting too. That's going to be fun. So
that's going to be really cool. I'm excited for that. So
yeah, for sure. So, I'm just really so happy to be here with you guys. You're doing a great job bringing everyone together. This is going to be the best Christmas show in the country. I'm so looking forward to it.
We're hoping to eventually get to the point of the world, where it's
world domination taking over the world. I'm on board. Oh,
So what's it for you guys? I mean, this is your second year exhibiting at TransWorld. The last year when you did it, obviously we know with COVID going on, things were a little different than what they were. The show was spread out with like 40-foot alleyways and things like that. I don't know if were you there the first year when we were in Hall 5 and we had it all carpeted and looking, really cool?
I wasn't there, but some companies I was dealing with went in my stead. I was actually at the hospital. My son was having surgery that week, so I wasn't able to go, unfortunately, but he's fine. So someone had to take over for me. So we weren't there, but I saw it. I saw how it looked before. It looked amazing, and the displays are going to be so great. I'm so excited about that. And so this year we're going to be closer, right, than last year.
Yeah. And do you know your booth number so people can visit you? If not, I can look that up for you.
It's 4,000 aisle. I think it's 4012.
Yeah, so when you walk in the door, you just there's a separate entrance for Christmas.
Right.
So you walk in the door, just make a right, and Stacey's along the wall there. So be sure to come by here. But do you have any secret sneak peeks you can tell us that you're bringing to the show yet, or you haven't decided on all yet?
Well, I've been known to be sneaky about some things, but but we do have something that's interactive that you haven't seen before, coming from Europe, and it's going to be in our booth. So you got to check it out. An interactive type display that's used year round in a lot of theme parks and places like that, outdoor venues. So you have to come check out and see what that is.
Understood. And if there's any guests out there that have any questions for any of our guests, please post them on.
I'm happy to answer questions for sure about anything that you need to know. And you can always find me at Envirolume.com. If you go to the About Us, it has my picture and a link to my Facebook and a link to call me directly on my cell phone and email me directly. You can get a hold of me any of those ways. I'm super active on social media, so definitely reach out if you have questions about product or how to kill it in the industry. If you're coming into the Christmas industry, we're happy to help with that.
Yeah, and you have your own group online, don't you, that you guys run?
It's the Commercial Christmas Collective group. Yeah. So we're trying to just get together collectively as a group, all of the best in the industry in Christmas, but commercial Christmas. So it's how to get to that next level, right? Because like I was saying, people are doing really great in their residential businesses, but once you get that down, you're like, okay, what's next, right?
Yeah. How do you go about joining that? Where's it located at?
So you'd want to go to Facebook, right? That weird small platform called Facebook, if you've heard of that before. And then you just look up under groups, Commercial Christmas Collective.
Cool. And it's a private group, correct?
It's a private group, so you have to request to join. It's going to ask you questions about whether you're a Christmas installer. If you have a problem joining, just message me directly. You can find me, Stacey Jordan, at Facebook.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so, imagine if someone's looking to be an installer, is there resources? Do they talk to you, or where would you suggest?
Yeah, they could come to me too. I have a couple of different people that I recommend for learning and training. I would say definitely come to TransWorld to learn first this year, but there are other companies that I do deal with that do training in areas. So it depends on where you live, right? So there's people in Texas, there's people in California, there's people in the East Coast. So it just depends on where you live and when the trainings are happening. And I can definitely connect people with what's going to fit them.
I know I talked with a lot of haunters last year that were interested in getting into the Christmas commercial installer so they can keep their staff on a bit longer past the Halloween season. I thought that was genius.
Great idea. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely the way to continue having your staff year round. It's always an issue. People who are dealing with staffing has been horrible the last few years. It's been really hard seasonally to get the right people in to stay because the businesses don't have the year round business.
Yeah, and what you're saying is they don't necessarily have to do a Christmas event. They can they can be trained, which, we are offering a full line of seminars that is a training series, and you're doing several classes as well at our show that you can actually be trained to have these employees go out and install Christmas lights commercially or residentially.
Right. And then on top of that as well, I believe we talk about some permanent type of lighting too. A lot of the vendors that are going to be at the show talk about year-round lighting and landscape type lighting. That's also a way to keep your people busy off season. that's not Christmas. So we also have landscape lighting and permanent residential and commercial lighting that can be used. But technology is great right now with RGB, as you see everywhere. The permanent lighting and being able to use your phone to change it, it's just amazing. It's come a long way the last 5 years, and I think we finally have good products to be able to maintain that business throughout the year.
I think you make a good point about that too, is with the technology and how fast it changes, that a lot of the classes are very important. It's interesting how many exhibitors have reached out to us that they want to do their own classes, because each one of you create products that may be specific to your company, you know, certain types of lighting and things like that. And even though in the past at TransWorld, we've always tried to avoid having certain people that are exhibiting speaking, because we don't want infomercials. We actually want them to be trained. There are some situations where their specific products need to be taught, you know what I mean, how to use them. So, and I'm sure, you know, that happens for you too. And I did have one person post on here. I just wanted to make this point before we go forward. He asked what company you're from again. So if you just want to say that, maybe he missed it in the beginning.
Yeah. So hi, person who wants to know. I'm from Envirolume. We're located out of Houston, Texas. And my name is Stacey Jordan. And Envirolume is the company I'm with. And we're talking about training, just to go back to that really quickly. I know that Envirolume is partnering with a couple of other companies to help provide after training too throughout the season, throughout the summer at our location in Houston. So that's coming up. More to come about that. So it just depends on our situation. We really like to have partnerships and friendships. Christmas is a very small industry that does really big business. Everyone knows everyone. So it just makes sense to get local partners and to help each other's business grow. There's enough business for everybody out there in this industry. There really is. I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't even aware of everything that's in their backyard that they can be doing.
No, I agree. Since the first day I've met you, you've always been very supportive of every other company that's in the industry. It's not just about Envirolume. You realize that Envirolume can't provide everything for everyone, and we all have opinions.
We're going to try.
I'm sure you will, but you've always been very open to working with other companies or suggesting companies and trying to make it an open field for everybody.
Yeah, I think it's so important because it just feels good to live like a purposeful life, right? I mean, overall, it's just Christmas lights, right? Like if it can't be jolly, if you can't be happy, like why would you? You know, if you can't go to work every day and be excited, then what are you doing? I'm sure the haunt people understand that. Like they're excited about their work, right?
They're gonna love you anyway when they see all those tattoos. That's like
I just got this one. We had a company, we had a corporate meeting, and then 3 of us went and got tattoos afterwards. This was mine.
That's
black
so
and
cool.
gray. Yeah, it has a meaning behind it, but yeah. Then this one's like my Queen of Hearts that has a knife in the heart of the people. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll fit in great. They're gonna love
it. Knife right there.
The black shirts, the black pants, and the tattoos are going to work great. So they'll be the guys that are coming from Halloween to get that are getting into Christmas. You're going to be a big sell for them.
I have a great tattoo artist in California that does this from his house. So if you're interested, hit me up about that too. He's wonderful. Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Stacey. Is there any other questions you have, Eric?
No, I just see on the comments feed, I'm seeing tons of love for the Christmas side. A lot of Bella had said if you have any elves or penguins, she's going to probably be visiting your booth. And everyone's excited to see the TransWorld Christmas show this year.
Okay, so there's some creepy elves happening in the show this year, I'm sure. There were some creepy elves last year. And so, I mean, you think it's Halloween, but it's really Christmas, the creepy elves. But yeah, we'll help you out.
All right. Well, it sounds great. Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. And we are looking forward to seeing everything Envirolume has to offer in 3 weeks.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's so cool.
Well,
I'm so fascinated by that. That installer series is such a great thing. I didn't know much about it until working for TransWorld. So
yeah. It's weird. And even like you're saying, I see the same thing in my town. They're literally out of nowhere in the last 2 years, there are signs everywhere for these companies that are installing. And I actually think what she brought up is a great idea. I mean, I'm seeing, and where I live, I'm seeing a lot of like landscapers getting into it. They come to the show or they go to training events and learn how to install the lights, because in the wintertime, they're either plowing snow or installing Christmas lights now. So it's a great idea for any haunt, to keep additional. Yeah. I
I
mean,
chatted with some people last year, and they said that's what they were focusing on. I thought that was really, really smart to keep their creatives on, a bit longer than just through the October Halloween season.
now you know what it's like. I mean, when the season's in for any of this stuff, running these businesses, it's really hard to keep employees. And we're doing some seminars this year specifically about that, about how to retain the employees with various other events or things that you're doing like this, adding Christmas. So pretty cool. All right, so next, who do we have? We're gonna go to Tarah Fred from Winterland.
Winterland.
I'm pretty excited to see this. She says she originally wasn't gonna be in town, and this is kind of a little special thing that we're doing.
Hi.
She's gonna give us a
Hey
little
guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
How's it going?
Good. So, I'm here. It might be a little choppy because I'm in the factory, so I'll try to stay as close to the routers as I can.
Your
But
audio,
I'm trying to give you guys a sneak peek. Huh?
your audio is very good. The video is a little choppy.
Okay, well that works. So normally people don't get to see how big Winterland is. We actually take up about a city block, and then we also have about another 10 acres of property that we take up.
Wow. So Tarah, let's
Yes.
go. You've been an exhibitor at TransWorld for quite some time. You have a massive amount of space. You do a massive booth in Halloween, and then you do a massive booth in Christmas. They're right across from each other, so anybody that wants to locate you, it's almost hard to miss. But when you're coming in the Christmas hall, if you go left, I mean, you're going to see our Halloween booth, and her Christmas booth is directly across from it. You've been with us for several years. Tell us a little bit about Winterland, and what you think of the show, and how things are going for you at TransWorld.
So Winterland is a family business. We've been around for about 30 years. When we say family, we mean family. My dad started the company. I work here. My mom works here. My sister works here. So we're all part of it. So definitely a family business. TransWorld's been a good show for us. It's definitely grown over the last 4 years dramatically. When they brought the Christmas side over, that was a huge plus and a huge benefit as well. Because then we were really able to showcase some of the Christmas stuff that we do. And we also started talking to a lot of different haunts and corn mazes about how to take their fall events and turn it into a Christmas event.
Great.
So we actually have a couple pieces that I'm going to give a sneak peek on. Their cord setting.
Nice.
They're getting them up right now to cord set, but we're going to bring in some Halloween displays to the show this year.
Cool. So what all holidays do you cover, Tarah? I mean, clearly we know you do Halloween and Christmas. Are there others that you celebrate?
We do Easter. We actually do several things for 4th of July. We do American flags. We do cities and towns will buy some of our garland pole mounts and stuff because we actually have our own garland factory here in the United States now too.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yes.
So are you bringing any of the other holiday stuff to the show, or is it mainly just going to be Halloween and Christmas?
I'm bringing a lot of the Halloween and Christmas. I actually will have probably about a third of the Halloween booth that's covered in Easter.
Oh, cool. Really cool.
We also do more year-round stuff. We have a lot of funny farm animals, and this year I actually designed about 15 new dinosaurs and dragons.
Oh, wow.
Because a lot of people were asking for those.
Cool.
But really, you name it, we can do it. In fact, we actually just did, it was for a special needs program here locally, but they did a huge Valentine's prom for all of these children. And so we built them a whole bunch of Valentine's displays. And then we actually are getting ready to do a St. Patrick's one here soon.
Oh, cool. So, and where are you guys located at?
We're in Marion, Indiana, which is about an hour north of Indianapolis.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get out there to see you soon. I have a show that I'll be doing in that town, and when I come, maybe we'll do a Facebook Live or something when we're there, to be able to just kind of cover.
It's definitely worth it. By then we hopefully won't have the snow on the ground.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can see, I mean, for us, we have the factory right now kind of in the middle. And we have the main office, and then we have another property down the road where we store all the metal displays. And then about 15 minutes south of here, we have the garland factory.
Really cool. I can't believe you guys got into all that stuff. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yes, 30 years we'll do that. And a
Keep
lot of
adding.
the statues and the scene props, I make the joke because, I have one son. Today is actually his birthday. So,
Happy birthday.
yeah. But
Happy birthday, son.
he helps me design a lot of the statues and scene props. So a lot of the resins and stuff that they see from us too are designs that I'll work on for 8-9 months at a time.
Is he coming to the show this year?
Yeah. We're gonna kind of sneak him out of his school because he goes to a private school. But yes, he's gonna come over on the weekend with his advisor
awesome.
and some of the seniors,
Oh,
so
he's
that
gonna
they
love
can
it.
buy stuff for their Halloween event.
He's gonna
That's
love
awesome.
it. Have a good time for sure.
Oh yeah.
So Tarah, I know you guys are really well known for. Is it the products? Are they fiberglass or resin? What's the material?
So it's a fiberglass resin material. We do a blend. It's not just one material or the other. Also, all of our statues and props, they're all UV coated. Now, just because we say they're UV coated doesn't mean 4 years down the road they're not going to fade or something like that. We normally suggest that customers still have to recoat them about every 18 to 24 months.
Makes sense.
But then all of our stuff is also made for commercial grade. So if you look at the pumpkin throne that we've had there for years, the corn throne, any of those, even the armrests themselves are rated to hold like 350, 400 pounds.
Wow.
Because kids climb on the stuff. Adults will try to get in on the picture, that type of stuff. So I always try to make sure that everything is sturdy on all aspects.
So I have a question for you. So getting to the resin and fiberglass, you're extremely well known for that. What else does Winterland do? Do you guys do lights? Do you do?
We do.
Are you a one-stop shop? Like, for instance, if I wanted to do a Christmas light show, like, can I come to you and get in and do that?
That is my main forte. In fact, let me walk out here for you guys. So, which I might get a little spotty, but like these are displays here that are getting ready to go out to a project. We have a whole entire warehouse here.
Holy
cow. One floor.
Wow.
That's just one floor of this building of some of the displays that we do. But we also have the whole entire fabrication warehouse here. Right now we are in the middle of actually fixing the booth for the TransWorld show.
Do you guys fabricate all your own frames for the lights?
Yeah, so you can actually see them fabricating. Wave hi, Colin. Wave hi, guys. Wave hi.
Hi,
bro.
That's really cool.
Those are all the light frames, right?
We have 5 welders full time.
The frames for the lights?
Yep, these are all the frames for the lights. We're welding those here in shop.
Wow.
Even our booth for the trade shows, we weld those.
Wow.
And you had said you guys supply a lot of like the commercial city like light post displays too for holidays too?
Yes, we do a lot of cities and towns. We do a lot of schools, resorts. One of our favorite properties to do is actually an old Playboy mansion or the Playboy Hotel.
I bet.
I should say. And it's really fun to go in there because you see all the different levels and all the different tiers of where the props go, but they used to be the platforms where they used to dance.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is another part of the warehouse here.
Jeez.
It's massive.
This is just one building.
So how many buildings did you say you have?
We have this one, and then we have the main office. On the main office, we have 11 different buildings and 32 semis there. And then down at the other property, we have about 96 semis. And then we have a farm, and we call it the old farmhouse. But we have another 4 buildings out there, and that's where we make the garland.
Wow. So you guys are pretty much a one-stop shop for everything.
We are. We do ornaments, all shatterproof. We don't do anything glass. So you name it. We got large ones that will hang from the ceiling, and then we got small ones that people can put in their gift shops.
Wow.
We do decorated pieces, all of that.
Do you guys, I know you do a lot of commercial stuff. Do you do any residential?
We do some residential, and not that I don't want to do more. It's just we try to get stuff that we can use in twofold. So I do bring in small residential stuff. We have a large clientele that I drop ship for. Last year we probably drop shipped, I'm going to say 5 figures in orders for large name brand companies that I won't go into those, but I'm sure you guys can figure them out.
Yeah.
So we do drop ship quite a bit. We normally have 3 to 4 UPS pickups a day during the height of the season. And then, but yeah, we do everything from the small little C7 bulbs that everybody knows that can go into displays. You can buy a cord set. The spheres that will hang from trees and stuff. That's a really popular item for us now too.
Wow.
Oh, the big, like the globe type.
Yep.
Light? Yeah.
And we also do RGB stuff. While we don't promote it a lot, it's because there's so many components that go into it.
Yeah.
So we are trying to get some plug and go RGB stuff, more for the retail client, but we are able to do RGB stuff as well.
That is really cool. Do you guys sell also to the installers? Are they buying products from you and
Yes.
use them?
Yep.
Interesting.
So yeah, if you're a wholesaler installer, you normally do get a better price. You know, we have the TransWorld show, but pricing, which is very close to our reseller installer price.
Okay. So how does someone, like, you know, if somebody's getting into the industry and things like that, and who do they contact there?
They can pretty much call and talk to any of us. Myself, David, Melanie, Madeline, Dwayne.
Cool.
Dwayne is the VP. He has been with us for 21 years. I had to think about that.
That's my buddy Dwayne. He's always
Your buddy Dwayne. He's been with us for 21 years now, so that's very exciting for us.
Yeah.
And his son is now actually working for us as well. So when we say family business, we're a family business.
That's really cool. No, I always
And we like
enjoy
to
seeing
operate
your
that way.
father and your mom and everybody at the show. It's really cool. Or any shows I'm at.
Yeah.
Most of you guys are always there at any place you're representing.
They're always so bubbly and like wave and yell across the aisle. It's great.
Oh yeah. And I'm, and I love seeing all the clients and everything. I was so excited when TransWorld happened last year because I'd gone a whole year of not seeing any of the clients or anything. I was just so bummed.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I got out there, I was like, oh, I'm in my element. I'm good. I'm happy again.
No, it felt good to get back, and even like, at IAPA and stuff. It was fun to really get back into trade shows and things like that. And this year we're just blown away at the response this year. And I think Christmas, we knew it within a few years it would just really start getting out there, and we're really seeing names of people that blow us away that are coming to the show, and it's amazing seeing how fast it's growing. Yeah.
Yeah, for the show, really, I mean, it's technically 3 years, but really it's only, well, this is the third show, but it's really only.
Yeah, really, yeah.
At 4 years, it's really only 3. It's amazing how far it's come because I was there year 1.
Yeah, well, you had been exhibiting there actually before. I think we even did Christmas, right? I think
yeah.
You before that, you did the Halloween side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and David and Dwayne, they used to do the show and it would go back and forth, and it was in the different locations even. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been around for a while, so it's a fun show. We love seeing all the different people there, all the different elements, and it's a great thing for us too to connect to the others in the industry.
Absolutely.
See what everybody else is doing.
And Tarah, you said the resin fiberglass characters that everybody probably can recognize once they see your booth. You said you design those. The company designs those. That's amazing.
Yep.
I learned something.
And I actually have. Let me think here. I have about 160 new designs I'm bringing in for 2020.
Holy moly.
I've been a very busy girl. So between the family and I've been busy. I would come up with concepts, then we go through, I get the main designs, then we all tweak it together. But I will have a lot of different images for people to see because obviously I haven't been able to fabricate them all. But I will say one really cool piece that is going to be very unique for our company this year is I have a 10-foot by 6-foot by 6-foot candy throne.
Yeah.
And I know your Santa chick is probably really popular, and that's huge too. So I can't imagine how big the candy throne is.
Oh yeah. Well, so I'm sure a lot of people know about the Voodoo Donut throne or whatever. That was kind of my inspiration, but I wanted something that was not so themed. But candy, everybody loves candy. Everybody has candy shops everywhere. So I was like, okay, let's get this really giant oversized candy throne because our candy thrones seem to sell really well. So that is one piece that we'll have this year.
That's awesome.
And I'll have a full 3D rendering of that at the show.
Very cool.
Yeah, one of my favorite things I see with you guys have is your archways. I love the pumpkin ones you do. Is there anything new coming in archways this year?
There are several that are going to light up.
Cool.
And actually,
I mean, I just love the archways. I think
Actually, this is going to be on the haunt side. I don't know if you guys can see it very well.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a skeleton?
It's a skull face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll actually be
Like
able
a
to
full
walk through.
archway?
It's a light up archway.
Wow.
Very
That's
cool.
And we actually, we make it for the walkthrough, or cars can drive through them for some of our Halloween drive-throughs, because when COVID hit, we actually started doing a lot of Halloween drive-through events for clients that were scared to open their haunted houses and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually
Weird.
the interesting thing is it's more like the family friendly side is really blown up too. And that's part of the show that we want people to recognize too, that it's not all like, because the haunt show's been around for a long time and it's a huge part of our business, and but the family friendly side is growing very quickly too. And that's where the Christmas come in, and you do a lot of family friendly. It's not gory, it's more on the spooky side.
Correct. We do 98% all spooky friendly, not gore. There's a couple pieces that we've done a little bit of gore on. David does not like it when I do gore. He does not like scary stuff. So I try to stay very polite on that side.
Yeah.
But
No, I love your skeletons and stuff that you guys do, the tall skeletons.
Oh yeah, the 12-foot skeletons are definitely a huge popular item, and we'll have 1 or 2 of those there, but we're up to 15 different styles of those now.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So there's quite a bit of those. And then let's see, what other arches am I bringing? I'm bringing obviously the Easter arch. There's a new Halloween arch that will be there, resin wise, Christmas wise.
I'm excited that you're bringing the new holidays. Like, that is so cool, because I've seen the Easter stuff at places, and I've seen some of our other vendors. Like, I follow what a lot of you guys do online, and seeing pictures. I've seen some cool stuff. Like when Stacey was on, they do some dragons and stuff in shopping malls. But like, I've seen a lot of Easter things, and I remember the first year. It's kind of funny. I won't say who the exhibitor was, but they brought this big display for 4th of July, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. But that's what they sold. They sold it, they brought it, and that was the one thing that they actually ended up selling at the show floor. So there's a lot of these people are covering different holidays, and it's probably, I think our show will eventually morph into a complete holiday show. That's the direction it's heading, and it'll be cool. Easter is another big holiday.
It is. Easter the 3rd largest holiday that is decorated. So that's definitely a reason that so many people are into it. When you start talking about the 4th of July's and the others, it's not really, we're not going to go after 4th of July or Memorial or something like that. We're going to go after the theme of summer, because pretty much you can put it up Memorial weekend and you don't have to take it down until you're putting up your Halloween stuff Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. And that's, some people, and do you guys do custom stuff if somebody wanted to order something custom?
100%. We do. I do, for several large theme parks, I do a lot of custom resins. We did a giant doll once. It was 9 foot by 9 foot. Yeah, let me tell you, that was a fun one. But yeah, on the metal pieces, we do probably 20 to 30 custom pieces a week.
Wow.
So, there's displays that we do for high school graduations. We do them for proms. Pretty much you name it, we're able to design something for them.
That's
and
awesome.
You keep these items exclusive. So if somebody gets something made, that's their product, and you're not
Correct. But I'm sure you remember. I want to say it was 4 or 5 years ago. We had the carriage there at the show.
Yeah,
and
I like the carriage.
Big light up one.
The carriage was a huge hit.
Yes.
So we actually brought it back and we refabricated it, and we actually make it now for a couple wedding planners and stuff.
Cool.
And they'll put it out for different weddings or different special events like that. So
what about photo ops? You guys do do you do photo ops?
Tons of photo ops. I have both resin statue photo ops, and then I also have light up photo ops.
And I bet the thrones are huge too for photo ops, right? All of your
yeah, we can't keep them in stock. And it was actually kind of funny because I didn't realize how many thrones I sold until yesterday when I was looking at totals of everything.
Yeah.
Because not only do we sell everything, we actually go out and install about 40 to 50 parks a year, if not more than that.
Wow.
And then we actually have to bring that back and we store it in these semis. So, we're a full service round company.
So are you saying that you actually install all this stuff for them and then you store it in the off season?
Yes.
Wow. That's cool.
So, we do, some are, the Texas Motor Speedway. You know, we've been working with them for years. While we'll store some semis there, we also bring about 2 semis back every year and change out stuff.
Wow.
So, but yeah, that's one of our projects. We do several of those. We do a couple zoos, but we do walkthroughs and drive-throughs as well.
Awesome. Scott is asking, what has been your most unique custom product request? Can you name that?
I can, just because I know that the clientele here will probably get a kick out of it. My parents probably won't be thrilled, but probably one of the most unique things I've ever personally been asked to design was a female dancing to go on top of the roof of a club,
Okay.
in a Santa's outfit.
That's cool.
So you really do it all.
I was thinking something worse, but I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
So that was probably the most interesting thing that I've ever been asked to design and build.
Yeah.
That is totally out there in left field. Like, that was totally a one-off.
Yeah, for sure.
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
When you get to Christmas at your house, do you personally decorate, or are you just sort of
great question.
over it because you're?
That's a silly question. Every room has a theme.
I was going to say, it's either going to be blown out of the water or it's going to be nothing.
And Christmas goes up at my house normally about the second week of December, and it doesn't come down until my birthday in April.
So you have to have like a crazy display outside too, right?
I used to when I had a house, but I'm in a condo right now.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
What about David?
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. We have a mini light show at my dad's house.
Yeah.
And it's actually really funny because my friends from high school and stuff, they'll come back now with their kids, or their parents still live in the neighborhood or the area, and they drive by every year. And they're like, there was 2 years ago, we were late putting it up, and they're like, wait, where's the displays? Where's the music? We went by to see the lights. Tarah, what's going on? I'm like, give us a week, it will be up, I promise.
Yeah.
So, and Dwayne always does a lights to music program at his house. But you know, it's a fun thing. We all like to decorate a little bit.
Yeah. I get harassed all the time because I don't ever have the time to do it. And people are like, are you kidding me? Like, you produce a show that's all Halloween and Christmas in your yards. I mean, I started last year adding things, so it's actually kind of cool. We got into some stuff, but where we didn't really understand, we bought a lot of things that you can't use outdoors. So it was tough, realizing that you have to buy like a resin or a fiberglass product. We bought a lot of things that were clothed and things like that. So it was really hard to display them outside. There's only so much room on your porch, and then after that, it's tough. So I learned a lot, you know what I mean? Home decorating, and my neighbors were giving me a hard time. They're like, are you kidding me? Your yard should be the best yard on the block, And
yeah.
So next year I'll be looking at the show for cool things.
All right. Well, that works, and just come over and ask, I can give some suggestions,
sure.
Bring pictures of the yard. We'll help you decorate it.
Absolutely.
But it's funny because every year my dad would come over and he would ask my son, he goes, all right, go through the yard and go pick out what you want at your house this year. And my son, we built Bulbasaur and we built a Pikachu one year because he wanted these Pokemon. And I was like, okay, well, they weren't just any size. They were like 12 to 14 foot tall pieces.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you made that specific?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's got to be fun, designing that stuff and making it.
It is, and it was a one-off thing. We never sold it. It was here, and then, we ended up recycling it and using it pieces for other things. But it was just one of those, all right, well, the grandson wants it, so let's build something cool.
Yeah. Is there just a few more things, Tarah, because we're running close on time here, and we got Shane. Is there any specific specials that you're going to have at TransWorld, or you haven't got that down yet?
I don't have all of it down yet. I just got the Halloween semi order put in because yes, we bring like 3 to 4 semis, people. It's ironic in what we do. We will have some cash and carry there. But really it's just depending on space at this point on how much we're going to have. I know that we normally have quite a bit there. If I don't have a lot of cash and carry there, we'll still have cash and carry prices and stuff, but it's for stuff back at the shop that they're welcome to come over and pick up. Or we already have semi runs going in 5 different directions after the trade show. So we can always throw it onto one of those semis for anything that we have that they would want cash and carry that we left back at the shop.
So do you guys deliver yourselves?
Yep.
Wow. So somebody can order from you at the show, and your trucks actually will bring it to them.
Yes.
That is
That's
awesome.
amazing.
Yep. It used
That's
to
got to cut a lot of cost.
Oh yeah, it does. And we also will always try to get 3 or 4, if not 5 loads on or 5 drops on a semi.
Yeah.
If it can be our own personal semi driving, we always try to do that because a semi nowadays is costing anywhere between $6,500 to $7,500. And so, you know, if I can take that and divide that among 6, 7 people.
3 clients, yeah, or 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole. It takes it back to where it was 3 years ago.
That's something I didn't know you did. That's actually really cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, pretty much. If it's east of the Mississippi, we're going to deliver it on our own personal trucks.
Oh wow.
West of the Mississippi, we're going to do it on one of our semis or hire out a company and get several drops off of it.
Okay. So people keep that in mind at TransWorld. So any other questions from you, Eric, or anything you see on the?
Yeah, I see some people asking if they can pre-order and pick up at TransWorld, if that's an option.
They can. I will need to know what day they can pre-order. We're all about that. You know, we only have 2 days to set up, and Rich will tell you our booths are huge this year. We have so much floor space this year.
You have a shout out to you. You have the largest footprint in the show. So with the 2 shows combined.
Wow. So we are happy to do, you know, call ahead and pre-order the items. We'll bring them to you. If we can have our guys bring it back when they come to tear down, that might be better logistically. But if you are leaving before the end of the show on Sunday, then yes, we will have a small semi or a small trailer, not a semi, a small trailer with a few cash and carry and other pre-order items there for clients.
Okay.
So do you deliver any of the items from the show? Like
yes,
if they're in the direction that you're heading back?
Yeah, or like last year we had a customer down in Alabama. They bought a quarter of each of the booths that we had, and so we just
delivered it.
We brought a whole entire empty, large enclosed trailer over and drove it straight to them the day after the show.
Oh, great! Wow, that's that's very convenient.
Yes, we try to make it easy for everybody because you know that's the best part of all of it.
We appreciate that. So, Eric, if you don't have anything else, I say we really appreciate you coming on, Tarah. We know you're busy, and especially this close to the show. Thanks for taking the time. And if anybody needs to reach out, it looks like Monica's done an amazing job of posting a lot of things, Winterland's website and phone number and various products through our chat. If you guys have any additional questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm sure Monica will look them over, or feel free to just call Winterland direct.
Give them a call. Otherwise, we're going to see you in a few short weeks. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'll see you before that. I'll see you soon before that, but very excited to see you guys. All right.
Talk to you guys soon.
Take care, Tarah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's so crazy. I've been toying with this whole, like, maybe I should do a Christmas event thing, and she's always the one that's like, you got to do it. And
I remember you went over to the booth last year. I don't know if you ended up getting something or whatever. You were looking at something. Maybe
we want to do a big, that's why I'm excited to talk to Shane, too, and see what his event looks like, because we want to do a big Santa-style event. She was trying to get me a great deal on a Santa chair, but now that I know, she could have dropped it off, Tarah.
I mean, dude, that is just a whole other level that
really is.
Even ordering the products from them, they can deliver directly, which to me, not even just having them deliver them, it's the fact of making sure the product gets delivered protected, because you know how it is. Sometimes with freight, you may get a product like that broken, and they're bringing that the product themselves. That's a whole nother.
And that place was massive. That blew me away.
I had no.
I love these tours.
This was a big education for me. I knew Winterland was a pretty decent sized company, but I didn't realize that they had that much square footage. They had all these semi trucks. They did all this delivery. So it's really cool. Yeah. So these shows are cool. It's a lot of fun we get to learn more about these exhibitors ourselves. I think that's what's fun about it. So
it is fun.
All right. So who's next?
Next we have Shane, right? Insane. Shane.
Who doesn't know Shane?
Who doesn't know Shane?
Who does not know Shane Dobbs? I think look, he's well shaven here, ready to go. Shane, we're lacking on your audio. You can't be the only guy that we're having technical difficulty with. We can't hear you. I don't know if you're muted or.
Let me see.
There you go.
There it is. We got it.
How about now?
We hear you.
No, I said I went to shave this morning. I didn't have any razors, so you get me with the roughage look.
We're happy. We know you're a hardworking guy, and you do a lot of things. And TransWorld appreciates you because you've been extremely supportive. You're one of the people that really pushed us to do this Christmas show. You felt that it was something that was needed. You felt that there were a lot of people that were already at our show that were doing it, and we only had a few vendors at the time. So, I'd like to give a shout out for you really pushing us in that direction. You're always supporting the show. You and I have been at trade shows together where you support us, trying to help us explain to vendors why they should be there. And you're actually a vendor at the show. So that being said, Shane, can you explain a little bit to us about Santa Land, what it's all about? You do exhibit at the show, what that's about, and what exactly, you do year round.
Well, after doing haunted houses for about, I don't know, 25 or so years, I never got to decorate anymore because I was always burnt out after Halloween. So then we had the tornado damage and all that stuff. And I never forget Ben Armstrong. He told me, he said, "You don't even seem upset." He said, I would be crying that I have basically a total loss. I'm like, no, I live my life. Everything happens for a reason. And I know the reason for this, and it's time to do something else. So I was kind of happy with that. That was my easy way out, I guess. So I started Santa Land, but by me having exotic animals and stuff, it's kind of hard to decorate at my home because people don't know if it's a state prison or it's the Los Angeles Zoo there, so you can't really see anything. And no, I don't even have I put up a Christmas tree, that's it. But I built built this building. It's a 9,000 square foot building that looks like a castle. And it's been good PR for me because I started my own charity, and everything that we do here, we help local needy families. We have a whole crew that comes in the 1st of November, and we do applications, and we go over it with them, and then they turn in their sizes and what they want, and then we do a couple of weeks worth of groceries for mom and dad with turkeys and ham and milk and cereals and cookies and you name it, so it's a good feeling for me. I love to give back. And Lord knows I falter every day. And at least when I get in front of the good Lord, he can say, well, you know what? He did help a lot of people, so I'm going to give him a pass and let him come on in here, and I ain't going to send him to the other place. But yeah, it's been, and it, when I started it, it went well. We had a lot of people, and of course at the time too, I had real reindeer here, and then the laws changed in Alabama. They said that I could keep doing the reindeer if I had them here, but unfortunately I was renting them from a friend of mine up north because they can't survive the summers here. And I mean, what I rent them for, every year I could buy them, but there again, if they're going to drop dead of a heat stroke in the summer, I couldn't get them. But a lot of states are doing that now. Yeah. And so I went from doing the reindeer to getting into the animations. I'm like, well, I need something that'll kind of set us apart from the other events. There was an event over in Huntsville that had been around for about 20 years longer than me, but they never really changed anything or done anything. And they also had got reindeer from the same guy. So I told everybody, I said, we've got to do something else that's going to set us a little bit more apart than just coming and seeing lights. And I started getting into the animations and building, other buildings on the property with display windows and stuff. And it just exploded. People come in, they're like, oh, I remember this from my childhood. I love it's so whimsical and, and magical. And they completely forgot about the reindeer. I mean, they didn't, they never missed them. We have people that they line up in front of the buildings just so they can get photo ops and stuff. And, this past year I had a company that come in and they do it through logistics or something through Facebook. And they went within a 250-mile range, and Santaland had more likes, shares, and our name mentioned than by 98%. I'm not kidding you. They said 98% than any other within a radius of 250 miles. And it's just because we have so much that I think that keeps people here. And when they get here, they want to stay here because they just kind of get caught up, in the moment. And, sadly, the other place, they didn't want to change or offer anything different. And they're not even, I think they closed about 3 years ago. And, not that I feel good about that, but I'm just saying that there comes a point where I feel lights are great, but everybody's got lights, and we kind of choose to have, the animations and the photo ops and just keeping things here to keep people here. And the longer they're here, the more they're spending. And it's worked really good for us. And this past Christmas, I put it to you this way. I knew with all the stuff going on with shipping and everything, like our Grinch dolls, we have Grinch stuffed animals and Max and stuff. I bought 2 years worth of stock. And because I didn't want to deal with the shipping stuff. In 2 weeks at Santaland, we went through this year, last year's, and this year's stock. We was out. Wow. And it was like 2 years rolled into one. And it was that way really for 20 when, COVID was going on. And that's good. The sad part is, there's a lot of people we just have to turn away. I'm like, we're not just going to take your money because you're not. The line to see Santa is 4 hours long.
Oh, wow.
You don't want to do that, And, right. Some people have suggested, well, have Santa in 2 different places. And I guess I could do that. But my OCD just tells me that one official Santa at Santaland's all we need. So get here early. We open at 5:30. They'll start parking at 3 o'clock.
I don't know how well that would go over with the kids. That you can choose. There's a Santa that way or this way.
Yeah, well, that's true too. I could see it would work if you had them in 2 different buildings where you go in one building and not the other building. But right. When I used to have 30-something mall locations where we done pictures with Santa and the Easter Bunny and stuff. And when we hired, I'm like, we don't swap out Santas. Yeah. You doing this job, you're going to be here. You're the official Santa at this mall the whole time. We're not going to have a Santa on this day and this guy on that day. I just never liked that.
Shane, is your is Santaland? Is it all charity driven? It's a charity event.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you guys donate the funds to a charity?
No, it's my charity. We have a crew that goes out. They buy all the stuff. They bag them. Same way as if the angel tree, everybody's name is tagged and bags, and we do it. It's all done inside house. We have a whole nother crew that does all that.
That's cool. And you guys have like a gift shop there and stuff like that. How does that work out for you?
Yep. That's one thing that I have found that is since the reindeer are gone, the reindeer was a big drawing factor because again, you can see lights anywhere, but then we got into the animations. Well, people see the reindeers or they see the polar bears or they see any of the other animations and, they get all excited and they want it. Well, of course you can't take it home, but we have polar bears that are stuffed animals. We have stuffed elves. We have stuffed reindeers. You can take them home and they buy them like crazy. Yeah. So, it's really a good investment. Not only is it good marketing, it's a good investment. And it's also a thing that upcharges or upsells your other things. So your base photo packages.
Yeah.
I had a client I went and seen a couple year before last, and he was they just wasn't doing a lot. They were up north. I don't want to call the city. He may not want me to call his numbers, but we'll just say this person. But anyway, but they had like $28 for adults, and I think it was $17 or $16 for kids. And I told them, I said, that's your problem right there. You've already took their money. They already feel kind of, I've paid a lot to get in here. They're not going to spend anymore. I told him, I said, go to $10 adults, $5 kids, and you watch them start spending the money. And he fought me on it. I said, what have you got to lose at this point? You're not, you're not getting the numbers, or especially you're not getting the amount of money that you feel that you should be getting. Just try it 1 year.
Yeah.
And after the season was over, he called me and he dropped it to 10 and 5. And he said his sales went up $250,000. I said, I told you. I told you. And it's weird because a family of 4 will come here, and let's say that's $30 for two kids and 2 adults. But they'll spend anywhere from $150 to $200 per family when they're here. If I put that out on a billboard or something somewhere, people wouldn't never show up. But they get here, they get into the music, they get into the animations, everything that's going on. And it's almost like, it's like in the cookies. We have dollar cookies and we have $3 cookies, but the $3 cookies are the gingerbread. And it's almost like with the parents, it's like keeping up with the Joneses. Yeah, we could buy that dollar cookie, but all these other kids has got these $3 cookies, Yeah. And if mom and dad don't buy it, grandma and granddad will buy it.
Yeah. So a lot of your upsells are a big part of your business. I mean, if you're giving advice to somebody out there that's doing a show, gift shops and concessions and things like that, you do very well with, and that's money that I guess most people already account for. Like, when you're coming to an event, maybe you're buying your tickets in advance, that's already paid for, and then when you get there, there's always the a la carte, what you're trying to buy, the kids want, things like that, and you do very well with that.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you come in, you pay the admission, and that's all you have to do. You are not required to do anything else. Right. You can look at everything. You can see Santa for free. I did stick with the same way that I did with the malls. A lot of the companies, they don't care how many pictures you take. You cannot take your own photos. We don't do that here. We require you to at least buy the smallest package is $20. And but let's say you've got 3 kids. So what we tell them is, hey, all you got to do is buy the small package. So we can put all 3 kids or put mom and dad. We'll do family photos with that package. Then mom and dad can take their camera and, do each child individually. We don't make it per child. So that works really, nice. Really well. Then they get over, then they want, picture frames and snow globes and, keychains. And then they want, the light necklace. It literally, it's just from every pace you make here, they're buying something. They're putting that credit card out, and it has worked. And again, nobody's making them do it. They just get into it and they go with it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So are you going to be able to show us around a little bit?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was trying to figure out. Yeah, it turned it around. So let me kind of start. I'll kind of start a little bit backwards for you. It took me a while to figure out how to turn this around, but anyway, when you come to Santa Land, you actually enter into the back of the castle. So you would enter like back here in this area right here.
Okay.
So you enter in, and then you're gonna start this way, and then you'll kind of it's almost like a little mini maze to get into the bigger part of the area.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll come, and this is actually the line to get to see Santa. So you enter from the back. The first thing you do when you enter into the castle is get to see Santa. So, when you're lined up here, you've kind of got this wall of decorations and stuff that you can kind of see through, but you kind of can't, So you walk down through here, and well, you get in line down through here. We'll say it that way. So the line will end right here. So we have an attendant here. So we feel you've waited in line 2, 3, 4 hours. You're going to get your private time. So they'll stop them when Santa's ready. You'll go around this area, and this is our photo area for Santa. That's where I was sitting.
Cool.
So you sit here, and we have we added a few years ago a television because we were finding it was taking a lot of time because if you're doing a family photo, somebody's got to get up and walk behind where the photographer is, look at the computer and say, oh, can we take another one? And here we don't have that kind of time. So now this is a big TV. They just look and say, hey, do y'all like this photo? Yep. We print it out. Takes about for a package. Our biggest package is like $50, and it takes about 45 seconds to print it.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot that a lot of people in the past, a lot of the things that are sold at trade shows where they're pushing social media, your photos and things on there. What's cool about this is a lot of people are really getting back into take home. They want the photos printed. They want to take them.
Oh home. Yeah. And I, a lot of people, they just don't like to go on and wait for them to be mailed. And we ain't got that kind of time. And I mean, we've got a system that'll really put it out. This is a popular spot right here. This is this bear is 10 foot tall. So if you'll see like everything in here, like this Jack in the Box here behind this, he's like 12 foot. This guy right here is 14 foot. So when you're in here, adults feel like kids because I've got everything oversized. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you don't go upstairs. We don't allow people upstairs, but I'll kind of give you an upstairs view. And every weekend we have our regular guys like the Grinch is here, Frosty, Rudolph, Santa, Ms. Claus. Here's kind of a view from this area. I'll give you a wider view.
Wow. Yeah, one of our guests, James, said your place looks incredible. The electricity bill probably eclipses his yearly.
But yeah, and on the
income.
weekends with our regular characters, we'll say, well, joining, this weekend is Disney weekend, Mickey, Minnie, or whoever. And this is at my upstairs here. This is my costume room. Of course, we do Easter too. So, but we can literally, we've got all these mascot costumes that we can do. And so I've got over 2,000 in my collection.
Holy cow.
Wow. Do you rent those out, Shane, in the off season or?
No. Well, I'll let some people use them sometimes, and we will do the Easter bunnies. We will, but that's it. But we can have any kind of character we want here. Wow,
that's cool.
But so yeah, and they like that too. And some people will schedule their weekend, like, oh, Snow White's going to be joining, or Pooh and Tigger's going to be joining. So all those guys, this teddy bear over in this corner, you can see this is a 9-foot ceiling. You see his ears touches that 9-foot ceiling. But I wanted everything to be
you need one of Winterland
to be like really really oversized. Inside this castle is over 200 themed trees, and no two trees are alike.
That's really cool.
And then they come over here, they check out and they do the stuff, and we got an area here where they can kind of come in and
some parts of the world get snow for Christmas.
See, this guy will talk to the kids when they come through.
I don't know about you, but I love snow. It's so pretty and bright, so fluffy. And
We'll have window here with the Grinch and baby Grinch. You know, this Grinch, we brought it to TransWorld and everybody wanted pictures with it, the baby. But, you know, I had this made, a friend of mine made it and it went viral. Overnight, we had 500,000 views.
Wow. That is cool.
A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight.
You do it additional to this, Shane. You do a bunch of outdoor lighting too, right? A drive.
What you say?
Additional to the building, you do a bunch of outdoor lighting as well, right?
Oh yeah.
And
this is Mrs. Claus's kitchen. Miss Claus actually has her own chair. We're at the giant gingerbread, and then, you know, we've got all kinds of cookies and, you know, different things that, you know, that we can do. And it's just gives you a kind of an idea. We're actually getting ready to add, we're adding 3,000 square feet to the castle right now.
Yeah.
And that will be it's going to be an ice cave. And it just goes on and on. Y'all kind of get the idea. I don't want to take everybody's time, but it's going to be an ice cave. And in that ice cave, we got all these animated North Pole animals and stuff, and it's going to be all interactive. I mean, so it's going to be like really, really, really cool.
Year?
Huh?
You're doing that next year?
It's being built yes. It's being built. And we're also adding 4 what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like hotel rooms, you might say. And each room is themed. We have a candy cane room, a Santaland suite, and we'll have an app on, and you can get on your app, and you'll be able to get hot cookies and cold milk from a certain time. You know, I think it's like till 8:00 at night, and each room it'll be addition to the castle. It has its own balcony, so they can sit there on the balcony and watch everybody as they're going through, and you know, doing all that. Where it's got so crazy here. You know, we're just trying to do some other stuff.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking the time and showing us everything. It's really cool.
That's amazing, Shane.
I mean, I've been trying to get out there. One of these days, I'll have to try to make it out there and check it out.
You're going to? Well, and we got some cool stuff we bring into the show.
So tell us a little bit about that.
We've got elves, and we've got animated stuff, and tons of different pole band. I got an awesome 4-story photo op. I'm going to tell you what it is, and it's not a tree, but it's 4 stories tall, and it is friggin' so cool.
Cool. Can't wait to see it. So, and one of our guests posted your booth numbers. You know, when you come in the show, if you walk straight down the aisleway, that entry aisleway straight down, you're going to run right into Shane on the left. He's right where we connect Christmas and Halloween. So, thanks.
And hey, not to cut you off, but to tell anybody that will go back and watch this, need to tell them, come to the party on Saturday night. It's going to be fun. We've got several $1,000s in donations already, and we'll get several more before it's over. I mean, I've got Sue has got a whole list of vendors that we're just waiting to hear. They're trying to decide what they want to give. So we love to, to give, and I'm just kind of glad you and Jen and everybody got on board to add this Christmas thing, because it's a great thing, So all under one roof, right?
Before you run out of here, we're getting close on time, but the party, it's interactive. It's different than anything we've ever done. So we're going to have some axe throwing, and I think one of the things that one of our vendors is bringing is actually where you get on a horse and you try to lasso a calf or something like that. That's going to be really cool.
This is Christmas down on the farm.
Christmas down on the farm. Yeah.
Ain't there a bull riding?
Yeah, there's a mechanical bull ride on it's going to be on an inflatable, so it's safe or whatever. But that's going to be cool. And mix in drinking and having food, with this and networking with everybody. It's going to be a really fun party to attend. And then Shane, you're doing a bunch of door prizes, so like you may get your ticket covered anyway based on just coming to this thing based on the prizes you may win. It may cover
I think like the smallest door prize right now is $250, and the biggest one right now is like $2,000.
Oh
wow.
And
Wow,
so they're all in between.
Yes, very, very cool. So yeah, we're excited about that, and it looks like it's probably be our biggest party for Christmas. We finally put one together that's kind of should fit the theme and be very interactive. We had one last year. It was more of a dance party and stuff, but we tried to go in a different direction this year. So I'm very excited to see how this works out.
It's going to be fun.
For sure. So anyway, Shane, thanks for coming on. Is there anything else you need to say, or you still looking for donations?
Yeah, I was going to say, if a vendor's watching, if you want to donate, reach out to me. And I'll get you in touch with Sue, or I'll get it over to Sue, whatever. Sue, if she's watching, she can put her email address or her contact in. Yeah, if you want to donate, go on, buy your tickets, come to the show, come see all the whimsical, fun stuff we got. Come see what everybody's got. I mean, it's going to be great.
For sure. And Sue just posted her contact information, so you can feel free to reach out to her. Again, I mean, the amount of prizes that are going to be given out here, it's a party.
Oh yeah. It'll be good. And I'll have cookies again this year for everybody.
Everybody loves Shane's cookies. Stop by the booth and grab one.
That's right.
Cool. So we thank you, Shane. And
thanks, Shane.
we look forward to seeing you in about 3 weeks.
All right, guys. See y'all soon. Love
care.
y'all.
We'll see you then. I'm just excited to see what crazy blazers he wears. He's always got like the coolest.
Oh, you should see. So the other night, I'll just tell you, he ordered these shoes. You're going to be blown away when you see them. He's like, should I wear them on the show? I was like, I don't know, whatever. But he ordered a pair of shoes that are like over the top. It's something, I forget the name of that store that does a lot of the crazy shoes. They're Doc Martens.
Okay.
I don't know if he bought these from Doc Marten, but I've seen some like ones that are, when I was in Portland, I went in one of the Doc Marten stores when I was out there for someone's wedding. It was really cool. They had these ones that it would fit the hunt industry perfectly. And they had like this
awesome
sort of electric scene on it and stuff like that. So they do some pretty unique stuff. But Shane had one he sent me photos of the other night. He's like, I'm a diva, and check these out. So I think he's wearing them to the show. He does have
cool. You can always find him on the show floor. You can always see exactly where he is.
Yeah, he stands out without a doubt. So anyway, all right, Eric, we wrapped up another show. Is there anything else?
Not that I have. I think our next is probably scheduled next week, Monday. Am I correct?
Yeah, we'll be doing a Monday night show. I can tell you one of the guests that's going to be on. Pretty exciting one, too, that a lot of people like to see. We're going to have Ed and Marcia from Distortions. They'll do some behind-the-scenes stuff, as always. That's what's cool about these is being able to see what these guys do, because you see them at the show, and we all know Ed and Marcia did a reality show for many years that a lot of us watched on TV. It was really cool. It was called Making Monsters, but they're going to be on. I will probably have to be announced a couple new exhibitors. I want to try to bring on some guys that aren't necessarily based on haunt or Christmas.
Okay.
There's a couple that I think we're going to bring on just so we can show their new products and things like that. Could be anything from, like I have one guy that makes these really cool ladders that actually collapse, which would be amazing for, like a Christmas light installer or haunt builders, These ladders actually collapse and go into the back of your car. He makes some fire extinguishers that don't need to be tested. I think he's going to be someone that's going to be on the show, and I'm going to look for a couple other new guys to put on with Distortions because they have a big draw to begin with. So I think we'd like to get some people that are new, that are that are exciting, that we can show some new products. So.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. I think that's going to be a big hit to see. We've all, like you said, we've all seen it on Making Monsters, but to talk with Ed and Marcia on an interview is going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll have another probably exclusive Christmas show next week sometime. It'll be later in the week, but I think we're going to do Monday night for our standard time that we were trying to stick to. We get a better crowded in the evenings too. Sometimes we do them during the day because it's hard for us to get these walkthroughs and do the tours, their places. That's why we do some shows during the day. But the great thing is we post our videos online after for you to view it at a later time.
Yeah.
Certainly welcome to do that. We do it on YouTube now. We do it on Facebook, and we also stream it live on several pages of either ours or some other pages that are friends of ours.
Very cool. And I know some people have asked, and it is in the works. We'll announce it when it comes up, but we are going to do just a general informational TransWorld episode as well, with just, I think it's me, you, Steph, and Jen, and Nicole, Anne-Marie. We'll see who we can all get on and talk about all things outside of the exhibitors, everything, the parties and events and everything it takes to get the show up.
Yeah, it's a great time for questions and things like that. And we haven't got away from the surprise giveaways. We've had somebody that question. Eric, if you maybe we can award a few things today. We really haven't. I know Jen didn't send us anything because we had some technical difficulties the last couple of times. But let's say we're going to give away 2 tickets to the Christmas Down on the Farm party. We can do that and give away 2 individual seminars for the Christmas industry. So if you want to pick somebody out on our guest list there, possibly that asked a question, I don't know if we have anything like that on there.
I'm taking a look through here. Let's see. I'm just gonna, let's make it fair. Let's just, I'm not looking. I'm gonna point and okay. Who did we land on? I landed on, oh, that's not going to be fair. We can't do that. It would have been Stacey. Chris K. She's the one right above it. So Chris K. Let's have her. Chris K. Can you email me because I'll take care of all of that. So Eric ERICK at HAAshow.com, and we will get your Christmas Down on the Farm tickets to you. So congratulations, Chris K.
Yeah, a ticket for you and a guest. So if you're going to be at the show, that'd be great. In the future, what we will do, and unfortunately, we apologize for that. We haven't said much about it. Some of our some of our guests that are asking questions on here do know to put the TW first and then ask a question. And then that means that you're definitely coming to TransWorld. And we know you're coming, so then we can award these surprises that we give out. So going forward, if you can do that, if you put TW before your name, we know some of our vendors, their employees come on and they do post things as we're talking, which is extremely helpful, giving out information and links and things like that. So in the future, we'll probably, our next show, we're probably going to give out a bunch of prizes going forward. But beyond that, I think we're pretty good here, Eric.
Very cool.
So anyway, thanks for coming on, everybody. We look forward to seeing you Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for our next episode. And again, remember to ask the questions with TW in front, and we will definitely be giving away some prizes then.
Very cool. Awesome. We'll see everybody on Monday.
Have a good day.
Bye.